Another close game, but this time the Packers end up on top, beating the Rams by a final score of 24-19. Some parts of this team trending up, while other parts seem stuck in the mud. Can we wash off the mud? We're going to find out on this week's episode of
Two dads and a Chaz putting trophies on the wall. Two dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Not exactly qualified, but answers the call. Two dads and a Chaz talking Green Bay Packers football. We gonna break it all down, probably leave out some facts. We gonna make some statements that we'll likely regret. Most of gossip and rumors made straight off the top. So crank up the air condition, cause it's bound to get hot. Two dads and a Chaz, you know we live it and we live it right. Two dads and a Chaz, we gonna break down football for you tonight. Besides some rings and putting trophies on the wall. Trophies, y'all. Two dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Yeah, we talking Green Bay Packers football.
Welcome back to Two Dads and a Chaz Packers Speculation Podcast. Today we're going to discuss the unavoidable consequence of cohesion. Yes, even a bought-in squad of team-first super athletes are still human. It's a little teaser for you. We're going to break down the Rams victory. We're going to look ahead to our home game against the Cardinals. I'm your host, Tyson Fauché. We are one short on the entire pod squad today. However, we're still nutting up. We're still doing it for you guys.
That's right.
Got three. We're still here to go. My name's Tyson Fauché. I'm representing all the dads in the house tonight. Joined tonight by, of course, my Chazzy buddy, baby boy. Chazzy, say hello to the people.
Hey guys, how's it all going? Mayhew, thanks for making it. Oh wait, you're not here. Throw out a big shout out to also my main man Ty. Ty, how you feeling tonight?
Dad, Chaz, Packer fans worldwide. Let's talk Packers.
Love it, Ty. I'm glad you're here. Chaz, I'm glad you're here. And we are down one Mayhew. That's correct. But that's okay. We will persevere.
He's see-through anyway.
Yeah, he's great. Chazzy, what happened that last game?
Oh, well, a lot happened that game. It was a really close call, especially at the end. But as far as a relative breakdown for this specific game, after a Green Bay Packer 24-19 win, three quick takeaways. First, Jordan Love, 5 interceptions in 3 starts. Turnover-worthy playmaker, but also like double what it was last year. Still making too many of those kind of YOLO decisions, including almost Will Levis-esque like pick 6, which he did bounce back from, and he is still one of the leaders on this football team. Now, his team did stay together the entire game. For the second straight game, they found a way after some early uneven play to kind of come back and make this a game that, we battled. We battled. Last thing, 2 big players. Number 1, Xavier McKinney. We already know 5 games, 5 interceptions. It's every kind of record we want to see for a defensive front player of this season. And Tucker Kraft, I think, has an amazing opportunity to kind of take his position to the next level for this team. Now, one note for you, my friend, if you're listening to this Kraft Singles, which I know you are, you really make me nervous when you run for over 10 yards and your head starts to lean a little too far forward, like you're doing that thing like you're going to fall over. You're running so hard, you almost can't keep yourself upright like the way quarterbacks do when you get excited. But we love you. Keep up the great work. I'm very proud of you. Tyson, to you.
Thank you, Chaz. Well done. We are right into the first quarter, which starts right now. Let's talk about some pros and some cons in this game. There's a lot of pros on the offense, guys. It was a close game, as it seems to be as usual in these circumstances. Ty, who's a big old pro for you in terms of the offense?
Love is back physically, and I love to see the game that Love was playing. I mean, the interception was the Brett Favre-iest interception we've seen in a very long time. He was not going to give up. And he was just going for it. Statistically, maybe not impressive, but man, heart and perseverance, never give up. He put himself on the line, scrambling late in the 4th to get some critical first downs. I mean, he was playing football. And so I think the stat line, when you see it and it's 15 for 26 and 224, you think not a huge game. especially considering 60 of that came off first quarter pass to Reed.
Yeah, baby.
But he was making it happen, and he willed that win. He stuck to it, persevered, stuck with the plan. Jordan Love is my big time pro of the game.
Yeah, I think he also earned a little bit of cons too with some of those decisions, but I agree. I'm not going to hold it against him. I feel like it came from a place of love. I feel like there's a lot of no, really, there's a lot of good lessons in the worst of interceptions, and even that, which is arguably one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen. There's still a lesson learned, which is don't quit on your route craft ever. There's no way he'd throw that. He's about to get a safety. Wrong. This guy will throw into triple coverage and hit you in the fucking hands if you just run the route. Don't ever quit, because Jordan Love ain't gonna quit, and he might do some crazy shit, but it might work out. You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready to catch that ball.
They at least could have kept him to, not a pick six and got him down to the 1 yard line, which would have given us at least an opportunity. But
regardless, I agree. I'm overall a very big positive, but one that I don't really have any negatives for is Jaden Reed. This guy,
my God,
he's a stud. I mean, this is a kind of player that you can consistently rely on. He's not going to drop a ball. You put it right in his hands. Like he's the best slot receiver in football right now. That's the facts. So I love what he's doing on the team, and I love that he's doing it from the slot, and that he's embraced that role. And we're kind of forcing, the league to kind of follow suit.
The big catch is the thing that's going to get the attention. But Jaden Reed is so good. He makes my least favorite play in all of football work. And that's the end around. I hate the end around. The possibility of a 5-yard loss on a run play just drives me nuts. You'd have been better falling forward. Like, when the end around does not work, it is infuriating. They ran it twice to Jaden Reed, once for 8 yards, once for 11 yards. This guy is so good, he can make that terrible play work.
Anyway, the guy's incredible. That's a fact. Jaden Reed, stud. You know what else is stud? We said it earlier, but Kraft Singles.
Singles.
This guy is a stud. Farm tough, not fucking around. I get Jeremy Shockey vibes from this guy. He's looking for contact. He's jumping over the moon like the cow in the song. Ty, where you at in this Tucker Kraft world?
Weaving through traffic, with the big boy body. And he's got and he's smart enough to execute a play, McVay's own play against him. That first touchdown, that big long run where he stiff-armed 2 guys, that's a classic McVay screen, everybody going one way, tight end standing all alone. Kraft is executing physically and mentally. He's looking really good.
I thought watching that play, I didn't think he was going to stiff arm him. I thought he was just going to take the out of bounds after the first down. So to see him actually step up and put that arm out there and then juke another guy, I was very surprised.
I'm stoked. I love it. I love that we have a physical nature player like that on offense that, isn't a bench player. That's a starter. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Another guy that's a starter that's fucking awesome is Josh Jacobs. This is a stud-ass bell cow, if I've ever seen one. What he does between the tackles, guys. The ball's on this guy. He gets in there just zipping around, and he just avoids all, and he lays the hit every time. He got fined again
for what?
A week ago for leading with his head.
For hurting linebackers, Chaz. For hurting linebackers.
He could get suspended if he does it anymore. I love that. Sorry, I know that's not a good thing, but I think it's a great thing for my general, spirit. Yes, Jacobs.
Got his first touchdown as a Packer last week. That was his first one of the season, so that's a big milestone for him. Hats off. He also has 402 yards, guys, which is 4th best in the NFL right now. That's a 1,000-yard season. He's going for it, man. Like he's looking to be top 5 running back this year. I say we let him.
Barring he doesn't get benched for doing the shit you're not supposed to do with leading with your head. This guy's gonna have a great season.
One suspension. He's got a great contract. This is
he's still ahead of schedule. He can afford one.
That's true.
He can afford it.
No, but really, I'm completely blown away by his play. When I saw the Detroit Lions got that Montgomery guy from the Bears, and I'm like, well, that guy's kind of a chump. He's just kind of like a poor man's bell cow back. And then they went up there and they used him properly. And I'm like, oh my God, he makes that other back unstoppable. Like, we're like, well, we want one of those. So that's, I think, what we did. And we have the fast guy that's on IR right now. Like, we have a pretty impressive stable of running backs, and he is holding it down, dude.
Yes, he is.
Like, I'm on Green style.
He's doing
Crawling
his
on all
job.
threes, baby.
Just running,
hitting
the
hard.
goddamn show, making guys not want to tackle him. I love it. I love what I'm seeing out of him. No cons for him.
I mean, the only thing I would have said, and it wasn't a con for him, it was after about the first quarter and a half, we realized we couldn't just put him up the gut because he was just running into the back of, offensive linemen. Once we realized we had to be putting him to the outside and screening, then you started seeing him get over 4 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards a carry.
Good point, too. We had some good work in the screen game.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we can run that play, which was really a delight to see because it seemed like it was something we were avoiding. Clearly, it's something they worked on in the week, between the last game and this one. Because, man, if we had a screen game that looked like that against the Vikings, I think it would have been a little tighter of the first half. Certainly, it just seemed like that's the obvious way to attack a weird front like that. Dontavion Wicks, man.
D'Artagnan.
The story of a player that is both pro and con. But I'm telling you, man, some of the routes he ran were beautiful, just gorgeous. This is why they're throwing him the ball so much, guys. He's just got to get over the final part because everything else before that catch point is beautiful. Like it's special. It's top 5 wide receiver kind of stuff. So the only way that he becomes that is if we get past the hands.
He's an excellent player, and putting it together is hard. And he's just in a growth stage. He's in the process. He's going through the process, and it takes time. And it's one thing to catch everybody off guard last year when nobody knew quite how good he was, and he could sneakily be the big player and just have massive catches. Now he's in the scheme. Now he's being written into the game plan. His role changes a little bit now. Now there's more of a spotlight on him. And I think that adjustment is just that. It's an adjustment. He's learning to make it. He'll make it over the next couple of weeks, and he'll be even bigger threat than the big play Wicks we're used to.
I think the wide receiving squad made a statement, and I got it anyway. I wanted to move on to another squad in the team that I feel like goes unnoticed, but they did nothing but everything you'd want to help us win the game, and that's special teams.
Jesus.
Wheeling and dealing.
Jesus.
This guy.
Why is that guy not a wide receiver?
No, he's a great punter is why. And then Narva
guy jumped 9 feet in the air to catch that snap.
By the end of that game,
insane.
by the end of that game, he was a tired punter. Yeah, they made him punt 3 times from the back of the end zone, each time less of a snap. Like, dude, he stuck that leg right in the ice bath.
Nardog came out.
He did his job. He did his goddamn job.
And how well he did. He just did everything he was supposed to do. And I kind of like it that way. You know what, Narvi? You can do some deposits into this relationship. You can
put your jersey on for next week too.
So we're gonna take a short break, and when we get back, we're gonna get into Matt LaFleur, the coaching, and the challenges he's facing with the amazing team he's created. We'll be back right after a short break from our sponsors.
Yeah, we talking Green Bay Packers football.
Welcome back to Two Dads and a Chaz. Thank you again for coming back to our podcast time and time again. You can always you can subscribe, you can send us letters. If you write comments, we'll read them on the air. If you send Chaz any letters, he'll read them, he'll sniff them. He can smell you. So just go ahead, send those babies on down the line, and we'd love to hear you in all senses. Oh God, yeah, Chaz is into it. So a man that I am completely obsessed with in a lot of ways, Matt LaFleur, and I feel like there is consequences when you put something together that is super cohesive. So you take for granted at times a person that's just an A student. It's easy to do. And before you know it, you forgot who your important people are. And you got to take care of your important people. You can't treat people like tasks. If you treat people like tasks, you're going to see a side of them that's going to remind you they are human. Absolutely. So I just wanted, the reason I'm bringing this up is there's been some stories that have been about Romeo Dobbs. And I just want to say, first of all, we love and support our guys, okay? And Romeo is a Packer and is one of our guys. So I want to get that out of the way before anything else about this report goes forward. But I just want to let you guys know that he is a leader. He has done everything that he has been asked. He comes in early, he stays in late. He is a camp star. He has been in an ascension since he got to the Packers. And I feel like people are complicated, but also not complicated. And certain things are important to nearly all humans. And that's going to be family, your hometown, and your birthday. And that's kind of it, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you got to remember maybe those three things, you know? Romeo's from LA. I believe that the game plan restricted Romeo from reaching a goal that he probably set for himself at the beginning of this offseason. I think that he has worked harder than maybe any other player on the team other than Jordan Love. And I think he had goals to break out this year. And due to circumstance, I don't think he had that opportunity. And going back to LA, this is my speculative belief. That's why I said right off the bat, there's a speculation podcast, all speculative. No, us, but really, week one, we had a complicated offense that didn't result in the win, but featured Romeo Dobbs, and he looked really special. We had the injury to Jordan Love at the end of that game. Week 2 and 3, we were down to the studs in a run-first clinic that really allowed to feature his run blocking ability, but nobody really got the ball. It was just spreading it around and doing what's right to win that game. Week 4, we went back to that complicated offense, and again, it resulted in an L. Also, some people cut off a route and made him not look as good as he could have been, and it just felt like he was not able to reach his goals. And now we're going into week 5 against LA, and he's going to be back this next week. And I kind of think nice guy Matt LaFleur is most likely going to game plan on him to have a huge day. Ty, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it really is amazing how connected this core of receivers seems to be. All of them have come from the same 2 years. They've all come up together. On the Dobbs thing, he seems to be the most mature on this team, which is why this whole kind of thing surprised me about him. We've seen him over the course of the year be the leader, play it right, physically in his own self, so that he's ready for the playoffs. Like, we just smarter things that are just kind of a level above. So I think it was an honest thing. I don't think he was playing games or trying to jerk the team around or trying to make it about him. I think you're right. I think he had a moment, probably a poor decision. And I think he'll be back on track. He's shown us the maturity before. I don't think that maturity went anywhere. We've all had a bad day at the office. Football players are no different. I think he'll get back on track. I think the Packers have a better understanding of him now too. I think LaFleur has a better understanding of him, and he has a better understanding of LaFleur. Sometimes a little conflict is where the growth comes from. And if LaFleur and Dobbs come out of this with a better understanding of each other, I think then we can sacrifice him for a game on that. Just if we get it. If it doesn't balloon to something else, as long as that's what it was.
Man, Coach LaFleur also needs to really take notice of where his starters played and grew up, and make sure he has those circled on the calendar every single week. That gets balloons and streamers and whatever he needs.
Good old pinata.
A singing telegram to welcome him back to Cleveland or whatever the fuck, to make them feel appreciated, because they're worth it. God damn it. You're all worth. I give you one, Ty. I give you a singing telegram because you're worth it. That's why. You're one of my main guys. That's what I do.
He would just send me.
It's like Chaz.
And I would tell Chaz I'm not going to tip him. No, There is no tip, Chaz.
Hey guys, I want to get into one more thing. We forgot to talk about defense in the last game. It was a very important part of the game. I think it's kind of why we won. So I feel like we got to run over it at least a little bit, you know. If it's okay, I want to talk about McKinney because I'm working on a statue right now in the backyard. It's made of cement. It's in the glob phase, but I'm starting to whittle it, you know. I'm gonna need more gravel. It's a process. Ty, what are your thoughts on McKinney? Is he statue worthy for you yet with 5 picks in 5 games?
Yeah, I hear your clay statue and raise you one bronze statue. This guy is getting Hall of they're chiseling up the concrete right now, man. No, this guy is outstanding. Not just on the interceptions, but he also had the fumble recovery. And he's playing his position like a dream. Like you would want every free safety running around playing center field to play it. He's taken advantage of every opportunity he's gotten. I don't know why he isn't terrifying quarterbacks right now. I think he is going to change game plans as we go on. But quarterbacks can't help it. They got to throw the ball long. That's like their whole thing. Like we're going to see it in many weeks to come where quarterback strength is the long ball. McKinney takes that whole back half of the field away. And now he is for real, and he is definitely fan favorite.
He was also quoted in locker room post game, literally saying, "When I see quarterbacks throwing the long ball, I take it as a personal disrespect." So I mean, and like ball up, ball down. That is one hell of a mindset to have because, like you just said, Ty, they have to go deep at some point. They just have to.
I mean, 1 is lucky, 2 is fortunate, 3 is a coincidence. But 4 and 5, man, you better be fucking worried because that like he gets 1 every game.
He might never stop.
That is amazing. And what you said he said, that makes me excited and want to say this. I think our defense has a real strength coming from the back forward, which is new for us. We aren't used to that. That's not the way we've been built recently. There's success in this defense. There's also some not success in the defense, and he's getting paid a lot. And his name is Gary. Ty, is this a phase? What's going on with this guy? Does he look injured to you? What are you seeing out of Gary's performance?
Yeah, Rashawn Gary just isn't the focal point for me on this defense this season. Last season, bull rush. Last season, he was pushing right tackles into their own quarterbacks.
Yeah.
This year, it's a lot of tug of war. It's a lot of spin moves, and he's sidestepping, and he's just not getting that bull rush. He's not taking the guy's test pads and shoving them into his neck and making that guy regret ever having gone up against. He's just not the intimidator that we need him to be if he's going to scare the play in the other direction every time.
No, he's going side to side and he looks ridiculous. He looks choppy as like a veteran line dancer, you know, like I don't understand what he's doing with his legs. I want to see him blast through people again. Is there like I'm starting to think that there was like a bet. They're like, okay, so you got the most unstoppable bull rush in football, but can you go 5 weeks without using it? You know, and they're like, oh, I can see the whole scene playing out in the locker room. He's like, I'll do it. Well, and there you are. And now he made the bet. The other guy had to put shaving cream in his underwear, whatever. And now he can go back to being Rashawn Gary, unstoppable bull rusher again. I think that we cracked it, right?
Well, he just went from being scary Gary last year to being dairy Gary, where it looks like he's just eating way too much cheese. And it goes to the legs, guys. It goes to the legs. It slows you down. Okay. I need scary Gary back. Get rid of dairy Gary.
I like Dairy Gary.
You like that?
It might be Dairy Gary from now on.
Evan Williams is another one.
Like the liquor?
Yeah, like the liquor.
Ooh.
Nah, 33. Yeah, you don't want any part of this guy. He's dude, he won us the game. He shut down the tight end.
You know what position he plays, Chess? You know what position Evan Williams plays? Neither does he. Nobody knows what position this guy is. And it is a beautiful thing to have. If you can have a guy that you can put in strong safety, outside linebacker. He was all over the place. 4 tackles, 6 assists. Guy was only second only to Quay in being in on tackles.
And I love that's our answer to a extreme tight end that has upside in terms of speed. Like, yeah, good luck. This dude's huge. He's and he hits like a hammer. I really like both those guys and the passion that they play with. And I'm excited to figure out how to get them on the field. The question is can you have Evan Williams on the field at the same time as Keyshawn Nixon? Because it seems like I don't like Nixon on the outside, so he needs to be in the nickel. And those guys need to work together for this thing to really pop. But I feel like Williams has huge upside. He's a mismatch. So I don't know. I'm really into 33 Evan Williams. I think he kind of came out in this game. Carl Brooks, man, he's back. Ty, do you like what you saw out of Carl Brooks?
Yeah, speaking of bull rush, Carl Brooks has got it. He was there to smash, and he went 1.5 sacks, but more than that, he was shoving the offensive line, and he was a problem, and they were having to shift for him. And so take that attention, and wear him out. When you see the defenders wearing out the guys on offense, you got a powerhouse. Carl Brooks was wearing them out.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back after this, and we're going to get into some good stuff. It's almost halftime. Yeah. Halftime. We'll be back.
And a word from our sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's important to know the facts about tampons, to use them intelligently, and to know what you're doing. Let me tell you why I like Tampax. Only Playtex have a double-layer design. And Playtex knows we're not all the same or want the same kind of tampons, so you can choose the ones right for you. I like that too. I like knowing you just can't buy better than Playtex tampons. And that's the truth. Playtex. A name I can count on. And so can you.
It's getting better. All right, here we go. Welcome back, everybody. It's halftime.
Yeah.
It's time for my favorite reality TV show, which is a little thing I call Rodgers Watch. Aaron Rodgers is going insane before our very eyes, ladies and gentlemen. And I am here to tell you it's okay. It's okay to watch this. It's our ex-girlfriend, and she's as crazy as you thought she was. So there's some validity in that. But yeah. Just real quick recap, Rodgers goes to the Jets with the American flag after the whole HBO, documentary about how great he is and how he's misunderstood and how awesome he is. Plays about 45 seconds, explodes his ACL. Then he goes back, does his off season, does his thing, comes back. They are not playing well. He wins plays like shit 3 of the 5 games. He pushes his coach when he's trying to give him a hug.
Yeah.
That's normal friend stuff. Oh no, he usually likes the chest punch. He likes that. He literally said that. No, it's a thing we do. We're like, he goes to hug me and I punch him in the chest and look at him like I'm about to fucking kill him. It's normal friend stuff, buddies.
No homo
stuff, right? That's how you do it. Anyway, so yeah, it's been hell of 48 hours, and now all of a sudden they just fired that coach.
Saleh, man, he's out.
Robert Saleh has been fired by order and decree of Aaron Rodgers, Jets captain of football, and that doped up owner of theirs is fucking snorting pills and doing whatever the richest guy he pays says to do. I am blown away by this. This guy is terrible. The 3 picks he threw,
oh my God, they're brilliant.
Or no, they're bad.
Oh, they're so
not,
good.
They're not anyone's fault but his. I just don't. I'm just glad. And they kept nasty Nate Hackett, the worst coach arguably in football right now, who is nothing but a puppet for Rodgers to stick his wang in. Like, that is it. And he's just fucking running the show. They're like, we all know that's just your penis. He's like, nope, that's the coach. And the coach is do what I say.
Well, hang on. Also, did you see the injury? It looked a little something like this. Oh my Lord, I didn't think we would get a better cut of Aaron Rodgers looking like either in pain or like a complete asshole than when he got flipped over like a tater chip. And he had that helmet half hanging off and he just kind of went cross-eyed. That injury was
Yeah, that didn't look good. Either way, I feel like he's created quite a mess up there, and at this point, it's his to clean up. So
ask any Jet fan.
It's
They're
like
coming back.
a remodel that you got really excited about the demo phase, and then realized you didn't have as big of a budget as you thought, and now the bathroom doesn't work anymore.
Foundation's
There's
cracked.
actually some foundation issues from the overzealous demo, and okay, well, this is a bigger project than I thought. I did fire the contractor. Who's in charge, Jorge? You're in charge. Okay, so he's the new guy. He does what I tell him. So, Ty, what are your thoughts on Aaron Bartholomew Rodgers?
Oh, I love it. I love that he tried to take his team with him, and now he's burning it down in New York. It was a genius move to get rid of him, and it has been fantastic to watch this show. Salah's not the last corpse to lay in his wake. Like, he is going to end the careers of everyone, or the quarterback coach, the offensive coordinator, and no one is going to come away unscathed from even having interacted with Aaron Rodgers. It's been amazing, and I can't wait to see what drama and craziness comes out of this man next.
I know one thing's for sure. None of this is his fault. Okay? Everyone knows that. So we're going to start at the top.
Yeah.
And we're going to go right below that. And then we're going to start naming all the guys.
Because shit rolls downhill.
That is fault. That I'm actually smarter than, which is nearly everyone, turns out. Aaron Rodgers has one of the most predictable games in football right now. I don't know if he knows that. I hope he's not listening to the show. He probably is. He's probably like meditating, listening to the show, or like the wind chimes are blowing in Jersey, and he's just like, "Oh, it's gonna be all right, Aaron. Just listen to what two dads and the Chaz have to say."
Just laying naked on a
He's
bed.
so mad that it took till week 6. He can't believe it took us till week 6 to bring him up. We've been really good, Packer fans worldwide. We have sat on it, but until now, Aaron Rodgers is in the beginning part of the free fall. This is Aaron Rodgers stepping out of the airplane and being like, which one of these is the ripcord? Like, it is free fall from here on out for the rest of his pro career. It is just Aaron Rodgers in free fall.
Oh, they gave him plenty of rope, and he's in for a hanging you won't forget. That's for sure. No, really, he's very predictable. His safety, his protection, his style of play based off of protection of like no interceptions in the middle of the field and no, what he won't do in all these situations, and how you need to know what he thinks and do what he would do in that situation, or you're a dumbass. Like, his whole system leaves him to being the most predictable quarterback in football. Everyone knows what he's going to do because he's made it perfectly clear his preference, and he still wants that, and everyone knows his preference. So the jig is up, buddy.
Yep.
And I just
good riddance. Good riddance, Rodgers. Good riddance.
Yeah.
We wish you no success.
Like I said to you, Ty, during the game the other day, and it seems to be this way with the last couple of quarterbacks we've had who can either die heroes or live long enough to see themselves become the villains.
That's exactly what's happened. This guy's become the most hated quarterback in football, and he's the last to know. This isn't a I don't give a shit, Charles Barkley kind of guy. This is a lunatic that is just going mad before our very eyes. And I for one am entertained by it, and I will continue to watch until they rip all the shreds of the middle of his body in half, and he can no longer play football. and he tries to do a comeback, and I still know he's going to try and play in the Vikings. There's some kind of weird fear that like it's somehow going to happen again. But
I just love watching his career slowly decay in my head, being background sounded by like yakety sax. Just it's almost comical at this point. You guys know yakety sax, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah.
Dooley Hill.
Yeah.
Benny Hill. Donny Hill.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we talking Green Bay Packers football.
And 3,
2,
2,
1.
1. Welcome back to Two Dads and a Chaz. We're into the second half, which means the third quarter starts right now. Great. I want to get into the tangent zone with Ty here. Ty, what are we chatting about today, my man?
Today's topic for argument is the NFC North the best division in football this year? And by way of that, is the NFC North for real? The Vikings are 5-0. The Lions are 3-1. The Bears are 3-2. The Packers are 3-2. We have fought hard for those 3 wins, and it has landed us at the tail end of what looks like off the bat a very strong division. I just want to know, Tyson, are they for real?
It's hard for me to say this early in the year, but yeah, I think we are. I think we're the toughest division in football this year. I'll be honest. If we don't have the chief gods working in your favor, you got to do it the old-fashioned way. You know, we got John Henry all over this division. We're gonna knock you right down. So I'm impressed, man. I don't want to play anyone in our division this year. I guess the Bears. I want to play the Bears.
Yeah, no, the Bears are not for real. The Bears are not for real.
But what a sassy quarterback they have. The sass on that guy, he's just the sassiest. And I'm excited to see, how that ends with them. But I have a hard time believing they're gonna get much better. Chezzy,
Let's keep in mind one thing, guys. I know the Bears right now are thinking it's their time, and they're allowed to celebrate their win. They should, but they beat the Carolina Panthers, who are absolute dumpster fire garbage dog shit. So, yes, take the win where you can, guys, because judging by everything else that specific team has going for them, we're going to smoke show these guys. As far as Minnesota goes, we'll see you week 17. We know what we're to expect. We had all that crazy defensive line bullshit we weren't prepared for. We'll be ready for them too. The big one I'm actually curious about, I'm really curious to see how we handle the Lions. So that is really the only one I'm really worried about in this division for us. Other than that, they all can just kiss it.
Yeah, I'm mostly there with you. The Bears are going to unravel and fall apart. There's no way that it takes them so many years to be even kind of good. They haven't built it. They're not there. The Vikings, this early success is going to come back to haunt them. A few injuries, a few pieces of adversity. I think this team crumbles. The big question mark is Motor City Dan Campbell. You'd think we've got enough tape on these Lions and this unpredictable coach, but he continues to be unpredictable. Just a couple games I've seen of his this season. He's the big question mark. The Lions are probably the team that I think are most for real in our division. And the NFC North does look like it could be a real strong contender to sending the most teams to the playoffs for the NFC this year.
I'm with you. I feel like we got a lot to prove in the North, and we also need to retake this division. I think
that's why we're reclaiming it, baby.
Yeah, we take the division. It means something this
big
year.
Time.
And I think we have all the right tools to go the distance when it gets cold outside. I'm hoping Lambeau is home field advantage Lambeau again. I want to get back to being afraid to come and play our running game on our house, and have to deal with our offensive line and our coach that's going to be able to put you on your back over and over again. It's going to be a good year, I think, guys. Let's take a short break, and we'll be back right after this.
Yeah, we talking Green Bay Packers football.
And welcome back to Two Dads and a Chaz. We're about to go into the fourth quarter. This starts right now. We got to talk about our next opponent. We're going up against the Arizona Cardinals. Now, this is a team that usually I would laugh off, but like all terrible franchises, they are peaking at some point in the year. It happens to be right now. They're coming off of well, Chaz, I'll let you go ahead and tell us a little bit about the Cardinals.
Hey, y'all. Brutal blow for them. For the 2-3 Redbirds after their dramatic come from behind victory against division rival 49ers. Head coach Jonathan Gaynor revealed first round pick Darius Robinson, after suffering a huge calf injury to start the season, he is going to have a 21-day practice window open this week to return to practice with a chance to be activated at any moment. Zay Jones is also going to be returning from suspension for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. Did suffer a big blow right there. Hernandez lost with a knee injury as well. Will's performance this season has been only okay. Coach was saying it was an integral part to our toughness and attitude, doing things the right way. Yeah, pretty much bullshit. Rookie Isaiah looking okay this year. Other than that, I'd say that right now, we got this one in the bag because they were playing like dog shit and came back literally at the very end of this game. I think we got these guys in the bag. Tyson?
Yes, Ty.
Ty?
Back to you. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Chaz. Thank you for that in-depth, real deep dive.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, the Cardinals offense captained, of course, by everyone's kid brother, Kyler Murray, who looks like a third grader playing at a high school game. Also reminds me a lot of a bobblehead, just because the helmet to body ratio is so improper that it's hard to judge exactly what I'm looking at. We will no doubt this week face the Kyler Murray show again. He put on a clinic last week, not only controlling the game and game management, but also big plays. He had a 50-yard run right off the bat for a touchdown. Then he started celebrating about 45 yards to go. Yeah, that's a guy. And of course, he had, big pass, long 60-yarder too. But there's really not much more to this offense than him. Tyson.
I feel like we're seeing the dangers of when Kyler Murray tries, because he can't try all year.
It'll kill him. It'll kill him if he tries all year.
But at this point, he is trying, and he's willing to run, outrun the entire team. He's celebrating like he's in Madden. I think, guys, I think he gave up the video games, is what I think. I think he put down the paddles. He's not playing his war games anymore. So in his mind, he's like in a video game. So I'd watch out, because I don't think he's playing Madden. I don't think he's playing any video games per his contract extension. So this guy's definitely a grown-up and doing grown-up big boy stuff, making his own decisions, just like a big boy would. And he eats whatever he wants. If he wants to eat chicken nuggets every night, that is his choice. He's a big boy. He's a millionaire, and no one can tell him what to do anymore. So, and Mom said we have to let him play. So he's gonna. I'm sorry. We have to let him play. I'm sorry, guys. He has to play, and he has to be the quarterback. So if that's the situation, here's the problem. He's playing really well. Okay, so really making fun of him all aside. If he actually takes what the defense gives him and doesn't do stupid shit, and he just runs like he can, that's a running back that can throw, is what that is. That is a fast running back. That's like Darren Sproles with an arm.
He turns on the heat fast.
He can seriously burn. So like that guy, if he's willing to sacrifice his body and play like Malik Willis football, we might be in trouble, because they have some studs on this team in terms of the wide receivers. I mean, they got Marvin Harrison Jr. and Michael Wilson also had a hell of a game that last game. Ty, you look at any of the wideouts on the Cardinals yet?
I mean, this Marvin Harrison Jr. is for real. Every time I've seen him, I've thought, wow. Whether it was college or the pro game, He's a factor. I think he's a factor every time out, and I don't think we have a corner that matches up with him at all.
His dad's a murderer.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a little trivia. What wide receiver? His dad is a murderer that got away with it. No, it's not OJ. We were looking for Marvin Harrison Sr. Yeah, sorry.
You totally had me at OJ.
Yeah, I know it's not. It's not OJ this time. Not this time.
James Conner out of the backfield can also catch somewhat. His run game.
A lot more credit. That guy's a stud. That guy looked good.
Well. I mean,
did you see the game?
I saw it. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about James Conner. Like, he is, to call him pedestrian would be an insult to pedestrianism. Like, this guy is like the most boring running back ever. Yeah. And I just there's just nothing. So he's gonna give you the same 88 yards on 19 carries with 3 catches for 21 yards every single night, like a conveyor belt. He's just the same stat rolls off the line every night with James Conner. So I think he's gonna do his thing. Let him, I guess. It's not going to hurt us. There are things on this. The things that scare me about this Cardinals team is that they've only had 19 penalties over the last 5 weeks. That's less than less than 14 penalties per game, guys. We commit 4 penalties in the first quarter. So they're a disciplined,
just one guy.
Yeah, they're a disciplined offense. They're also +2 in the turnover ratio. So they don't give the ball away. They don't commit penalties. This is a disciplined team. That's what scares me about these Cardinals this week.
Yeah, but they haven't met McKinney yet.
That's right. Yeah. He's going to take away the back 70 yards of the field.
And here's the other thing. We're all wanting Gary. This isn't the week for Gary to go and start. Like, we need to hold the edge against this dude. This dude can run. So,
yeah, and if Quay can get in his face, and
rushing up the middle seems like the right move against this guy. Mm-hmm. But really, I'm concerned about if they actually use DJ Dallas, Kyler Murray, and James Conner as a 3-headed monster that is going to run our defense either direction. Yeah. If they're listening, don't turn it off.
And then they can throw the occasional jump ball. Yeah, they can throw the occasional jump ball to Marvin Harrison, but otherwise, I suspect it's going to be a 3-ring circus running sideshow.
There was one play that scared me that was really impressive, and that was one where Kyler Murray was in the red zone, and he went like it was a designed run. Everybody committed to the design run. He went right up to the line of scrimmage, took 3 steps back like a jump ball, and literally threw a jump ball for a touchdown to a wide-open tight end in the back of the end zone. How do you not commit to that quarterback running it in when that's like his thing he does? And then he can step back and do that. That's concerning. That could be.
LaFleur's going to need to have an answer.
If that was like his thing, he might be like an important quarterback. But who knows? Who knows what he's thinking?
Yeah. You see Lamar pull that, but Tyler's got.
That was an impressive play.
Yep, he's definitely smart too.
Their defense has a couple strengths. Really, it starts in the secondary though and ends in the secondary. So I feel like Jalen Thompson and Budda Baker are this team's defense. Beyond that, their middle linebackers are very impressive. Mac Wilson and Kazir White, both these guys are very good. So we have, but other than that, this team is a bunch of dog shit that you don't need to know their name. I don't even know what any of the numbers mean. They seem like they're just like extra players that they put in from Madden with like not real names. Like these aren't real football players, you know? They're just holding the spot as far as I can tell. I didn't even waste the time to write down their names. Outside linebackers, there's a Collins and a Gardeck, and that's all I got to tell you. Those guys, and then there's other players that are not worth your time even talking about.
Yeah, you can convert. Despite our struggles last week on 3rd down, we're going to be way better on 3rd down this week. They have a hard time getting off the field and a 50% third down against ratio on this defense. So
running up the gut might not be the strategy this week. Certainly, we should be able to take advantage of them through the air.
Pick and parse, yeah.
And I also would say, nice guy Matt LaFleur, expect a lot of balls to go to Romeo Doubs. Like, I just think we're going to have an air raid against Arizona Cardinals, because I think you want to get up a lot by them and get them making poor choices playing hero ball, because he can't take a hit, folks. If you get one solid hit on Kyler Murray, he's out for the season.
Yep.
His spine will shatter like a vase.
Immediate full body cast. Immediate full body cast.
Done. Yeah.
Like a cartoon.
And that's his story. He tries until he's hurt. And then he's done for the year. And he comes back and pretends like he's going to try. He's not going to try. He's not going to try. But he's trying right now, folks. So we got to give him, we got to shatter his ribs like the Packers are known to do. Ty?
Also of concern is the special teams. Matt Prater, a veteran journeyman kicker, one of the last 40-year-olds left in the league, was a perfect. He was a perfect.
He works at like the subway by my house. Matt Prater won't fucking leave me alone.
No.
I can't get away from this guy.
Well, it's because some seasons he gets traded 4 or 5 times in a season, so we end up facing him like 8 or 9 times.
I feel like he's fucking just bothering us. It's like a mosquito. Can't
he does have a hurt left knee. Did not play last week. They had Chad Ryland, the expat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was good though too. Both their kickers. So whatever kicker they trot out there, they have confidence in their special teams unit. Other than being blocked, they did have that blocked field goal.
Yeah.
So maybe the kicking situation's great. And maybe the rest no. Yeah, and return
for 6.
So we could probably pick up a special teams big play off of them. But that's the special teams report. Coaching. Who's the coach of this Cardinals team?
God, I can't even remember. We looked it up the other night. And I already forgot.
Oh,
it's very
Tyson.
forgettable.
It's Jonathan Gannon, seen here in his puffy Mark Echo jacket.
Yes. Yeah, what a discount LaFleur. What a dollar store LaFleur he's trying to be. He's trying to wear joggers. He thinks he's cool. He's definitely not cool. He's not nearly as cool as our coach.
Yeah. No, this dude's still wearing white K Swiss, and puddles are his nemesis.
Plus, I don't trust people who have Adam's apples larger than their noses.
Yeah, that guy is like an arrow. That's weird. Well, yeah. What kind of car do you think that guy drives?
Toyota Celica.
Toyota Celica? No, we decided it was more like probably like some modern butt pluggy looking
2008. Sorry, 2002 Toyota Celica for sure.
2002 Celica, yeah.
2-door. It's been spray painted over.
6-disc CD changer, but 5 of them are just Kid Rock.
In the trunk.
Ball with ball, baby.
The 6-disc changer in the trunk.
Kid Rock
coming in.
God damn it. Yeah, Arizona's terrible. I mean, it's hot there, and everything is turquoise, and I'm excited to beat them. I'll be honest, they can come here, and we can beat them, and they can go right back home. We've gotten away from, and I don't know why, but predictions, who gets hurt by us predicting some stuff? You guys want to do a little predictions here?
I can predict.
It's been a minute.
I can predict
a little something.
I can predict.
I predict first score. Let me just start with the score.
Oh, boy.
Right off the bat, and the Packers are going to beat the Arizona Cardinals by a score of 37-18. I think we're going to get right against these fucks. I think we're going to knock them back to reminding them that they're a bad team. If we're doing good against bad teams, we are showing that we're at least the middle of the pack. We're at least in the middle, okay? And maybe clawing our way up each game. Us losing to this game allows them to be the ones that are clawing up. I don't like that. And they beat the 49ers, but dude, I swear that was bullshit. You should have seen how many bullshit turnovers
49ers gave it away. 49ers gave it
away. Many.
Yeah, you can't. They used up all their prayers. God's like, okay, you're done for the year. We're done with you. That's enough. You guys clogged up the whole message system.
Yep.
So
You used your 3 wishes.
You
Genie's
sure
back
did.
in the bottle,
Yeah,
baby.
back in the bottle. No, someone else in church. But I think the Packers are going to win. Ty, what do you think's going? What's the score prediction?
Well, I'm looking at their previous games. It seems they either score 14, 13, 12 points or 41 points. I'm thinking this is more the 12-13 variety. I'm going to go Packers 38, Cardinals 12. And this is a smash. This is a smash face. They have no idea what's coming. They're riding really high off this big win. This last win was what was his name? Jonathan Gannon's like career. That was the biggest win of his career. I think they're overconfident. I think we dial up a better game plan for them than they do for us. We got a lot of returning pieces. I don't even think this one's close.
Jazz.
Yeah.
Prediction, score.
Ooh. I'm going to say 97-3 Packers.
Oh, give me that. Give me a real prediction.
96-4. No, I say, given just where we were at, if we can stop the quarterback from running down our throats, I would like to see us ahead by at least 2 touchdowns. So I'm going to go ahead and say 38-14.
I like that. That's good. Good.
Yeah, 38-14.
That's good. That's good. Look, everybody, it's time. It's time for a little pep talk from Tyson, and here we are. Well, here we are. End of the show. Nearly here, but look, this is a long season, and it's going to take everybody giving just like a shit, maybe just a little bit of a shit, like just a little bit of a shit, So I'm going to ask you guys to do something this next week. Maybe give a little more of a shit about how you're preparing your food. Maybe give a little more of a shit about what you're offering your guests. Maybe, don't make this an afterthought. Let's make this game a celebration of the Green Bay Packers. It's what it deserves to be. Okay. So I feel like sometimes, life gets crazy and hectic and you forget, oh yeah, who are we playing? What am I going to eat? Oh, whatever. I think you got to put a little forethought into this game coming up and how we want to beat the Arizona Cardinals. And I'm going to ask you, when we play birds, we eat birds. Okay? We eat bird meat because we're human men and ladies.
Eat the meat.
Dogs even. Most birds are not going to take you. Okay? I'll be honest. I don't care if it's a cardinal. I don't care if it's an eagle. I don't care if it's a hawk. I eat birds. Fact. Okay? And you do too. So this week, it's time to bust out those chicken wings recipes you got. It's time to get that barbecue chicken on the grill one last time.
Get out the smoker.
It's officially out of season. You got to get the chicken. You got to cook. I don't care if you got some turkey, some wild turkey, some wild game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but mostly I want to hear about what you decide to make, because I don't believe you fuckers are doing anything out there, because I'm working my ass off here, okay? And I'm not feeling the love. I'm not feeling the energy. And I know we care. I know we care. And I don't think we can just leave it up to chance anymore, okay? So I'm going to ask you guys, cook a little bird this week, okay? I don't care if it's a chicken patty you're microwaving for your kids. You got to cook the birds during the team game. And if it's close, have some cheese on hand. You know what I mean? Be ready. Be ready with the cheese. I'm not saying you got to eat it, but you got to have it out. If it gets real, like it's been getting, and you don't even have the cheese out of the drawer, what the fuck, man?
Tyson,
What's going on?
One development on my cheese game lately. I have tried to have a good cheese and a crappy cheese. Sometimes I overserve the good cheese, or sometimes I just have whatever I have on hand. You know what I mean? But now lately I've been trying to make sure I got a variety of levels of cheese. Maybe something just covered in a cheese powder will do, like a good chip or a Cheeto or something, just to have some in case the good cheese isn't working for whatever reason, to be able to shift to like a NASCAR gear and just get there. Variety of cheese, people. Let's make sure we have like a little variety of cheese.
Oh, absolutely.
And you got to get it room temperature, guys. It's not lucky right out of the fridge.
Mm-mm.
Don't
No,
you
it's
know
got to
anything?
sweat a little.
It's got to sweat just a little
Gotta
bit.
Sweat to be lucky. That takes time. You can't rush that.
Mm-mm.
You know, put it in the microwave. You're gonna mess the whole thing up. You know what I mean? Just get some cheese out for fuck's sake, and also make some birds. We'll be back after this break. No,
And real quick, personally, there's been a real fun development in my personal cheese game, and that was brought to you by Ty himself. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get a really good, affordable, really tasty, a little bit outside the box cheese, go to New Glarus. That's right, Swisstown, USA. Visit New Glarus Brewery. They have a double smoked Swiss cheese there that'll change your life, and it definitely got us a McKinney interception. I will be eating it for the rest of the year. Thank you, Ty, for bringing that to my attention. We'll be back right after this.
Yeah. We talking Green Bay Packers football.
All right, welcome back. Sorry, I got a little heated there. I just, I take the magic seriously, folks, and I hope you do too. This isn't just a TV show, right? This is a way of life. This is something you can put your hands on, something you can look at, hold, enjoy, polish, and believe in, okay? This is America, and this is football.
Chuck it.
I'm going to ask you to give your all, and I'm going to ask the Green Bay Packers to do the same. I'm going to ask Matt LaFleur to powder the nuts of the right guys on the team, and I'm going to ask everybody to eat something that is made of bird meat. Chaz, break it down.
Breaking it. Thank you again for coming in for our post game against the Rams. We will be doing another episode, should be out next week around Wednesday. Like Tyson said, take a little time for yourself to give back to the team that you love, no matter what it is. Eat some birds, eat some cheese. I want to thank Ty Wendell for coming in, giving us a hand tonight. Mayhe, we miss you. We love you. We'll see you again soon. Make sure you we're praying and sending thoughts to you and your broken dick that you heal up real quick. I also want to thank the dad of the podcast, Tyson Fauché. I am Chaz, a.k.a. Chazzy Baby Booby Boy. Gentlemen, we always like to end on a hashtag, and this night is no different. We're going to be reclaiming the North in 3. That's a 1, 2, 3. Hashtag reclaim
the North.
We'll see you next time.
Two dads and a Chaz putting trophies on the wall. Two dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Not exactly qualified, but answers the call. Two dads and a Chaz talking Green Bay Packers football. We gonna break it all down, probably leave out some facts. We gonna make some statements that we'll likely regret. Mostly gossip and rumors made straight off the top. So crank up the air conditioner, cause it's bound to get hot. Two dads and a Chaz, you know we live it and we live it right. Two dads and a Chaz, we gonna break down football for you tonight. Besides them rings and putting trophies on the wall. Trophies, y'all. Two dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Yeah, we talking Green Bay Packers football.